Coming up on Wavelength, a historic water agreement is signed at the state capitol. Aquaculture is catching on the Texas Gulf Coast. The black-capped vireo is getting some help in Travis County. And LCRA's first ever Lunar New Year celebration gets 4 stars.
From the Lower Colorado River Authority, this is Wavelength.
The creation of this new river authority will help electrify rural Texas.
And so today, we gather here to dedicate this mighty structure, Buchanan Dam.
But this has been a great organization for 60 years. It's going to be a great organization for a long time to come.
Hi everyone, welcome to the March 2002 edition of Wavelength. Well, many people are calling it the most significant decision made by the LCRA since the creation of the Highland Lakes dams in the 1930s. It's an agreement between the LCRA and the San Antonio water system to work together on a long-term water supply project that will benefit both regions.
Finally, we feel it is extremely important to move ahead.
The SAWS Board of Trustees approved the contract on Tuesday, February 19th, and the LCRA board met in Bastrop on February 20th to finalize the deal.
And this program is good for the Highland Lakes. It's good for the lower counties, and it's good for San Antonio. It's rare to come up with something where you have a positive impact on so many people. The people of the state of Texas win from this program, and I'm happy to support it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion passes. Congratulations.
This formal signing ceremony by LCRA General Manager Joe Beal and SAWS President Eugene Habiger at the state capitol was the culmination of many months of hard work and negotiations by legislators, directors, management, and staff of SAWS and LCRA.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Done deal.
The plan calls for construction of off-channel reservoirs to capture excess flows in the Colorado River downstream of Austin and to implement significant conservation measures in agricultural irrigation. These improvements would make up to 330,000 acre-feet of water per year available for beneficial uses. It would help San Antonio meet its future water demands, serve irrigation needs in the Colorado River Basin, enable some rural communities in the LCRA service area to improve their water supplies, and allow the average levels of Lakes Travis and Buchanan to remain higher during times of drought. This LCRA SAWS agreement grew out of the regional water planning process required under Senate Bill 1, passed by the Texas legislature in 1997.
Plans like this SAWS LCRA project continue and serve as a model for people across the state how you can make things happen by being creative, by having the fortitude and the will to make it happen, and to move forward to demonstrate that kind of courage and that kind of dedication to the people of Texas.
What comes next is a 7-year study period to determine whether the project is technically feasible and environmentally and economically sound.
And finally, I want to thank the San Antonio water system for helping solve the water problem within the Colorado Basin. You will be remembered for generations to come. The work is in front of us. We have a tremendous amount of work to get done before the water finally flows, but if we do it right, this is the way it's going to be done throughout the state.
What is to be uttered here this morning will probably not be remembered for long, but what we are about will be remembered for generations to come. That's the significance of what we're doing here today. 20 years from now, millions of people in Central Texas will have a better quality of life because of what we're about.
Rice production is the engine that drives the economy in Matagorda and Wharton counties, but with rising production costs and poor market returns, many producers are looking for an alternative to rice. For some producers, that alternative is catfish. With the warm South Texas climate, soil type, and availability of water, it seems a natural fit. Johnny Carroll now has 53 acres of catfish ponds on his farm near Bay City, which are filled with water from the LCRA irrigation canals. This pond water also gets a second use.
I started out in early age farming rice and promoted to cotton and milo, and finally got into the grass business, and I needed a source of waters for my irrigation machine in the wintertime, so I decided to put in some catfish ponds here, and it's worked real good. I've been in it for 2 years.
These ponds yield from 5 to 15,000 pounds of catfish per acre per year. And while Mississippi produces 70% of the farm-raised catfish in the country, Texas is the biggest market. The Texas Aquaculture Association held its annual convention in Bay City recently. Along with the newly formed Catfish Association of Texas, or CAT, organizers hope to expand awareness about the potential of aquaculture in Texas and increase production and market share within the state.
We now have people who are suppliers to the catfish industry that are willing to kind of share in the risk and help build this industry. Texas A&M has been a great supporter of this. LCRA recognizes that this is an opportunity not only to help a few producers to diversify, but the total impact on the communities that this catfish production can have is going to be a real positive.
In Texas, aquaculture also includes the production of farm-raised shrimp, striped bass, crawfish, redfish, tilapia, and other species. But catfish farming has the largest growth potential.
Economic and community development is an integral part of the LCRA mission. We became involved in the Coastal Aquaculture Initiative because it did and brought so many good things to the region: economic development, economic diversification, and ultimately it holds out the prospect of improving the quality of life for the people in that area.
Here at the Jantz Farm near El Campo, Harvest Day is a family affair, and everyone pitches in to get the fish to market.
I've probably taken, just guessing, probably 40 or 50,000 pounds out of this 4 acres already last year. And I'll probably get another 10,000 pounds today, but we'll know when we load. I'm just estimating I'll get 10,000 pounds. I'm kind of curious to see what I will get.
Today the take is about 16,000 pounds, which are shipped live in this specially designed truck to markets in Houston and Dallas. There are currently 1,100 acres of catfish ponds in a 4-county area on the Gulf Coast. Local officials hope that as production increases, they can attract a processing plant and feed producers into the area, giving the regional economy a boost in the right direction.
You're not nearly as likely to hear the beautiful song of the black-capped vireo today as you once were. That's because the vireo, along with the golden-cheeked warbler, are both federally protected endangered species. These birds live in the canyons and uplands of the Texas Hill Country and once flourished here in western Travis County. The Balcones Canyonlands Preserve has set aside over 26,000 acres in Travis County to aid in the recovery of these songbirds and other endangered species. This machine, known as a Franklin flail mower, is normally seen maintaining right-of-ways for LCRA's electric transmission lines. Today, it's working on LCRA's wheelless track near Lake Travis, taking down the ash juniper trees, turning them into instant mulch. This is the first step in transforming this area into what it once was, habitat for the black-capped vireo. LCRA has set aside 2,700 acres to be part of the Balcones Canyonlands Preserve.
This is just one way that we can help in the recovery of these known federally endangered species. But we also know that we need to conduct our business and we need to serve our communities with electrical services, water and wastewater services, parks and recreation areas. And so in order to do some of those construction type projects, we also need to help offset our impacts through our conservation measures.
LCRA is working in partnership with Travis County, the City of Austin, the Audubon Society, and the Nature Conservancy of Texas to mitigate the loss of habitat for these birds to development and encroachment of invasive plant species.
As you can see, there weren't any warblers really using this area.
Helen Becker is a field biologist for Travis County. She's part of the team that is transforming this area on the Jollyville Preserve into vireo habitat.
The idea is to make the vireos happy. We want to set back the clock and restore the habitat the way it really would have been if man had not interfered with natural processes. And we think that in a couple of years, once the shrubs start growing up again, that the vireos will come back in good numbers. And this will provide good habitat and good breeding success.
Before, during, and after. Just 10 months after LCRA crews removed the junipers, this tract of land known as the Barton Creek Habitat Preserve has been transformed into a beautiful open savanna flowing with native Texas grasses. The Nature Conservancy of Texas manages this 4,000 acres, also part of the Balcones Canyonlands Preserve.
Probably for me, the most rewarding part is to see what it used to look like and to talk about it and decide what we want to do, then implement that, and then come back in a year's time and take a look at the results. I like to see tangible results that I can visualize.
You may wonder why all the fuss over a couple of birds, but if we lose them, they're gone forever. Their presence here speaks to the overall health of our environment and to the beauty and diversity of our natural world.
Lake Buchanan is a very popular destination for recreational boaters and especially fishermen, but because the lake level can change very quickly, boating conditions can also change. LCRA recently deployed a series of channel markers at Lake Buchanan to aid navigation and safety on the lake.
Each buoy is numbered, and this one here is number 2. We're 2 miles upstream from Buchanan Dam. Also on the buoys, you'll notice there's a LCRA sticker. This sticker includes information from the Texas Water Safety Act. It states that it's against the law to tamper with, moor to, destroy, or move the buoys. Also, it gives a contact number if you happen to find a buoy that's damaged, not working, or is missed somewhere along the channel here, and we can come back out and replace it.
The markers are equipped with solar-powered lights that are highly visible at night. Remember, the navigational rule is red right upstream, which means keep the red buoy on your right side as you head away from the dam upstream.
The biggest benefit is to help law enforcement get to people during times of emergencies. People can go to the channel markers and notify 911 exactly where they're at, and it helps us to get to their area a lot faster.
Each channel marker is assigned GPS coordinates and plotted on a map.
This is 83, this is the one we just put in.
If a marker is lost or destroyed, it can be replaced in precisely the same location as the original. There are 16 pairs of channel markers on Lake Buchanan at 1-mile intervals from the dam up to Cedar Point. The width of the marked channel is about 300 yards. With summer boating season just around the corner, here are some safety tips from LCRA Rangers. Don't overload your boat and always wear a life jacket.
The lion dance is a traditional part of the Lunar New Year celebration in the Asian culture. Lions are considered to be good omens that can repel demons. Welcome to the Year of the Horse and LCRA's first ever Lunar New Year celebration.
The more aware that we can be of different cultures, the better off we're going to be. And the more that we can celebrate our differences from a cultural standpoint, the stronger that we will be. And so this is an important thing that we are doing this morning.
This is the year 4700 on the traditional Chinese lunar calendar. The Lunar New Year is celebrated around the world by people of China, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Malaysia, Thailand, and Cambodia.
The Lunar New Year celebration pays tribute to family unity and honors past and present generations, and it is the most important holiday in the Asian culture. It is a day of Thanksgiving where family members, both near and far, gather to come together to embrace their heritage and celebrate the new year that is upon them.
This is the year of the horse, and I have a little gift for you from the city of San Marcos. I hope all your projects will have the speed of the horse and the nobility in thought and be successful.
Thank you very much.
The Chinese New Year does not fall on the same day each year. The Lunar Festival lasts from the first new moon of the new year to the full moon 15 days later.
In the old day, the dress has special meanings.
Wearing red clothes during the festival is said to bring a sunny, bright future. Of course, fireworks and lots of good food are a big part of the celebration.
I'm very excited and I really appreciate that LCRA actually offered this opportunity to us. And this is the first time that we really appreciate Asian culture, and a lot of people in LCRA really do not know about Asian culture, and I'm glad that we have the opportunity to share with them, and it's really great.
But I think it's significant that you all were willing to reach out to such a tiny population and give them equal billing just as anyone else. I think in the history of Asian Americans in America, I'm not familiar with that ever, no. I think it speaks volume of your values as a corporation and organization, and of your leadership. I'm really extremely impressed.
Well, that's it for this edition of Wavelength. We'll look forward to seeing you again next time.